49% of consumers make daily, weekly, or monthly purchases inspired by influencers. This is according to social media software company Sprout Social, and it's not entirely shocking to know that 1 in 2 people are making purchases inspired by influencers. What is shocking is that now we're seeing this trend across social media of underconsumption core. Essentially, everyone is showing different ways in which they consume less. Quite honestly, this to me seems like a very typical response of a generation that is just simply overwhelmed by stuff. As someone who talks a lot on this channel about minimalism and slow and simple living, I thought that this trend was so fitting and a great opportunity for me to share with you 5 rules that I personally live by to help me consume less. If you are new here, my name's Amanda, and like I said, I make videos all about minimalism and slow and simple living, and if that's something that you're interested in, I would love it if you would subscribe. Quite honestly, I don't think this whole trend of underconsumption core is entirely solely about consuming less. I don't think you have to be a minimalist to take advantage of all of the benefits of underconsumption. Because consumption to some extent is an inevitable part of all of our lives, I think that the focus needs to be on this rejection of influencer culture and instead focusing on more conscious consumption. All right, so rule number 1 that I live by as a means to consume less is if it works just fine, don't replace it. I think as a society, we've gotten used to this concept of upgrading or replacing items just for the sake of change when the items themselves are still perfectly fine. When you think about it, even just a few generations ago, something like furniture was handed down and kept in the family, and now we have this ability to stroll through IKEA and pick out new furniture anytime we feel like changing up our living room. If you can adopt the mentality of not replacing something that still works fine and still serves a purpose just because you feel like it, you will significantly reduce the amount of consumption in your life. Rule number 2 that I live by to consume less is if it breaks, if it's damaged, try and fix it. It's so easy to just go buy a new something if it breaks or it gets damaged. Whether it's damaged clothing or broken technology, we often tend to favor the idea of just buying a new one instead of putting in the effort to see if we can repair or fix something. Yes, sure, sometimes things are beyond repair, but putting in that little bit of effort to see maybe how much it might cost to mend a piece of clothing if you can't do it yourself, or to pay to have your oven repaired instead of just going out and buying a new one. That little bit of effort not only saves you some money most likely, but also reduces your consumption and waste. Plus, there's the added bonus of feeling super proud of yourself when you do fix something that's broken or damaged. Rule number 3 that I live by is quality over quantity. This personally has been a hard one for me to implement because I have always been someone who has a hard time spending money on something that I can find cheaper. But I have learned the hard way that more often than not, almost every time, I fall victim to that rule of buy it nice or buy it twice. Whatever the item is that you're purchasing, I highly encourage you to do your research, invest in quality, whether it's maybe thrifted clothing or even furniture. If you can find something thrifted, even better. Find quality items as opposed to just continuously purchasing the same thing for cheaper value. You won't regret it. Rule number 4, if there is a free option for something, take it. Now, I don't mean if somebody's just giving stuff away for free, take whatever you can get. I'm talking about if there's something that you're looking to purchase and there's an option for a free version of it or a free item, take the free option as a way to consume less and spend less money. And if you are frugal by nature, like myself, you'll find this rule very hard to follow. A great way to actually find items for free is your local buy nothing groups on Facebook. I've personally done this for baby items, kitchenware, all kinds of stuff. You can just go into these groups and say, I'm in search of a DVD player. Does anyone have one they are willing to let go of? And more oftentimes than not, you're gonna find somebody who maybe has something that they don't need anymore and they will pass it along to you for free. I think this is a great rule because it just makes good sense to try and find something that you need or want for free as opposed to spending money. And finally, rule number 5, focus on what you have first. If you think that there is something that you need to purchase, oftentimes for a specific purpose, I encourage you to first take a look around your home. Is there something else that you already own that can serve the same purpose? We tend to have a lot of stuff in our homes that actually can be more multi-use, and instead of going out and purchasing all these single-use items, whatever they might be, we might have stuff on hand that can serve many functions, many purposes, and it'll save us having to go out and purchase so many other items. Those are my 5 rules, things that I live by as a means to consume less, and I hope that it served as some value to you. There was something there that you could take away and apply to your own life. I think it's really cool that Underconsumption core is trending right now because I think people are starting to really see the value in less and really acknowledging that as a society right now, we really are overwhelmed with so much stuff, and we need to take a step back and really look at how much we're consuming and make an effort to reduce that. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will see you in my next video.